Hello guys and welcome to today's matchup between the George Brown Huskies at your Algonquin College Wolves. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Bailey Bevan, followed by your color commentator,
Seth Borean.
New to the broadcast, Seth. For those who don't really know you, I know you were on the women's broadcast, but let's talk about transitioning forward here. Who are you, Seth, and why are you here today?
Well, I'm in the broadcasting program at Algonquin College at level 1.
Damn right.
And got introduced to Marcelo and you, Bailey, and what's his name? I forget him. He's not here, Russell. But yeah, and then able to join the staff. Very excited, very grateful for this incredible opportunity, and going forward for this second game. First game was excellent. Let's see if we can keep it going, riding this wave to the second game.
So before we head into the matchup here really shortly, what's your breakdown? What's your in-depth analysis on how today's game is looking?
Well, Bailey, it's going to be a battle with this kind of athleticism we're about to see. It's not just about who scores the most. It's about who can outlast their opponent mentally and physically. We're in for a battle tonight with both teams playing to the strength, whether it's a serve, the block, spike. Every point counts in these type of matchup. First, I'm looking at the serve and receive game. Whoever can control that tempo is going to win this game. The team that dictate the flow with strong serving and solid passing will have the upper hand. But let's not forget the net play. We're talking about big-time blocks, big-time spikes. So whoever can control that middle will likely control the match. Both of the teams have elite athletes, and we're about to see who can execute under pressure tonight. The intensity is going to be off the charts tonight. But Bailey, what do you think of both teams need to focus on this match to secure the win?
Well, I think for the Wolves, and let's talk about it a bit. I mean, the Wolves are a really well offensively driven team, and whenever you talk about their game throughout 7 matches, they're averaging 9.5 kills per set and securing a .213 hitting percentage. Right there, been great. But where have they fallen off is whenever it comes to their defense a little bit, averaging 14.7 digs per set. Service aces, they've been doing pretty good and averaging 1.56 per set. And blocks per set, they're averaging just a little under 2.5. The Wolves have been playing great. They need to focus on their defensive game a little bit. They give up way too much open space in the backcourt, and that's something they're going to have to secure along today's game, right, heading into it. But let's talk about, excuse me here, my voice is going. Abdelaziz. Abdelaziz has been a great player here for the Wolves. He's got 85 points of the season. He's leading the Wolves in points with 85. He's averaging 3.4 per set. And he's got 62. What's going on here? He's averaging 62 digs. Not averaging, but he's got 62 digs on the season too. So talking about a player like him, he's been spectacular for the Wolves. Alongside Nicholas Barber, which I'm not entirely sure if he's going to be in the lineup for today's game. Number 7, he wasn't here at our last home game. I think he's battling an injury. Not too sure if he's going to be in the lineup for today's game as well too. But if he is, 37 points on the season. He's averaging 3.7 points per set. He's got 26 digs, so he's a great player. He's a guy you got to keep out for if he's playing in today's game. It's still undisclosed whether or not he will be in the lineup, but been a great player as well for the Wolves here. Ben Puskas, he's a libero. He's got 101 digs on the season. He leads the Wolves in digs. Second to that is Abdelaziz with 62 digs. So it's a team that lacks a little bit defensively, and it's something they're going to have to work on just a little bit more, especially in that backcourt there. But the way they've been able to transition from the backcourt to the front and produce offense has been no word of a lie great so far for the Wolves this season. It doesn't show on their record. It doesn't show on their record with the Wolves heading into this game with a 1-6 record, playing their division rivals with a 4-3 heading into today's game. So, it's up in the air on who's going to take this game, right? I mean, the Wolves came off a spectacular home game last week or 2 weeks ago against the Las Coyotes, shutting them out, sweeping them, destroying them, and not entirely 3-0, right? So coming out, they lost against Loyalists. Same score that they were able to beat last day by. So we'll see if they're able to carry the offense and the defense in today's game. We'll see how that turns out for them.
Yeah, George Brown, 4-3 record, like you said, Bailey, but they're riding a 3-game win streak, so they have a lot of momentum on their side. The last 3 of their wins have been playing really good volleyball, and they come in to the Wolves arena here, and the Wolves are looking to get their second win of this season. Got one 2 weeks ago, like you said, at home. So let's see if here they can start off with a good start to this set so they can advance really well here.
You can see if they could come into this game with back-to-back home wins here. Out to start on the court, Abdelaziz. We talk about him. He leads his team in points with 85 on the season, averaging 3.7
Yeah, you look at it like
points per set.
you look at it which team has the advantage today, and I have to go with the Huskies here, riding that 3-game win streak. That's a lot of momentum on your side. A lot of players playing well-coached team. Algonquin's well-coached as well. Just on the record book, it's not showing having that record of 1-6. So let's see if they can turn that around today, show us something different, play good volleyball, and beat this really good Huskies team.
George Brown here coming in with the opening serve of the match here. Coming forward, air horn guy comes in clutch. Abdelaziz, big block there. Send up nicely. Coming through there. It's going to be blocked. Moved into the front court. Going for the attack here. Beautiful job by Puskas, and we talk about him. 101 digs on the season. Leads his team. Second to that is Abdelaziz with 62.
Yeah, we see here first rally of the game going back and forth. Nice kill by the Huskies player, but ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be 1 point for the Wolves, and let's see what the serve gets them going here.
Julian Tran, a dangerous spiker as well too. One to keep an eye on. The number 10 jersey. Beautiful block out in front by Nunez Cruz.
And like the kids say today, Bailey, on his head, he got that ball knocked down, able to get another point for his team.
Nunez Cruz coming out clutch, but here Julian Tran above the end line here, coming out for the serve. Let's see if he can go for the ace here. Blocked beautifully there by the Wolves. Send up beautifully. Julian Tran there. Nice back play. Moving it to the front. Abdelaziz is going to be blocked, and the Wolves are going to be awarded with the point on this play here. Great defense out in front by Abdelaziz there. It was going to be brought back, and the Wolves, the Huskies were going to be able to move that one out of bounds to win the Wolves the first 3 consecutive points in the set here. Move back with Julian Tran. Not too much accuracy off that serve there. It was going to go out of bounds there just along the side of the sideline.
Yeah, able to get 2 good serves and produce points for his team. Good play so far, but like we saw for the women's team, those serves and those blocks are going to be what's going to win the game here, and we see Algonquin coming out with 2 great serves.
Abdelaziz going for the dangerous attack here, and it's going to be won by the Wolves. Nicely again. Beautiful kill by Abdelaziz, and he leads his team in points for a reason. Already 2 kills on the night for him, and he's a crucial X-factor player that the Huskies are going to have to watch out for tonight. But Nunez Cruz in behind the end line here for the serve. Look to see what he has in his back pocket for the Huskies there. They're going to move that to the front there. Dig down, but not dig, but we're able to get that one out. Not controlling the ball well, and Rollins going to be out front to try and play that one, but just a little misplay of the ball there, and that's going to go down to the floor. No.
Yeah, a bit of miscommunication between the Algonquin players. Ball was up, no one's able to take it. It's going to be points for the Huskies, and now we see a serve here.
Rollins, we didn't see too much action for him last home game. He showed out there in the last set, laid on, but talk about Abdelaziz. He's a guy with so much firepower behind some of his spikes, right? And that's something he's going to have to work on just a little bit. You got to pin the accuracy down, and if you're going to have shots with that much power, you might as well direct the trajectory of it down to the floor, because errors like that are going to hurt your team significantly here heading into this game with a 1-6 record.
100%, Bailey, you're saying that absolutely right.
It's going to be played now to the front. Nice setup there with a beautiful overhead now. Ben Puskas was able to get another nice overhead on that one. The Wolves setting up beautifully. Going for the attack there is going to be dug back, and winning that point is Ryan Lincoln.
Yeah, incredible kill. Great setup by the middle player here for Algonquin, able to kill that ball right to the corner, and George Brown's player was not able to control it well. Bounce off his arm, goes out of bounds.
Gavin Hassel here to take the serve. Beautiful overhead in there. Nicely done, but going for the attack there. They're going to find and expose the open space there along the backcourt there on the left-hand side. If you put it in a Huskies perspective, beautiful, beautiful execution by them on that attack, and they were able to successfully get the kill on the point. Now trailing by 1 here to the Wolves, who are up 5-4 over the Huskies here in this opening set. No timeout to be taken yet, but we'll see later on in this set. Coming out there, air horn guy coming in clutch on a little misplay, miscommunication there by Abdelaziz. There was going to fork that one down to the floor.
Yeah.
Just a little even push, not even an underhand on that one, but
he tried to pass it up, wasn't able to control it well.
no bump, no block.
No.
Coming out by the serve nicely. Ben Puskas is going to push that one in the air. Now moving it to the front, going for the attack there. It's going to be dug back the other way. Nice execution nonetheless by Lincoln here, and the Wolves are going to win the point as that comes out. Just able to get it over the netting, but just out at the same time here, and the Wolves are going to come through 6-5 here in the opening set.
Yeah, back and forth set so far. Algonquin and George Brown playing very well. And now we see another serve for the Wolves.
Pay attention to number 15 in white here. Look at the amount of power that he comes out here. Wouldn't surprise me, but he comes out with the serving error there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much, we saw that in the women's game, maybe it doesn't matter how much power you have in the serve or not. You can serve it well by putting it where it needs to go without having the most power possible. That's how they won the third set for the women's. That's how they won the game, Bailey. So let's see if maybe next time he goes to serve, he goes a bit less power.
If he was able to get a little bit more leverage on that one. Nicely played by Rollins there. Beautiful setup. And Lincoln coming in clutch on that second counter attack there by the Wolves. Pulling through now 7-6 in the opening set. Nicely done.
And number 18 for Algonquin, Carl jumped up in the air and he looked like he was flying that sky. He was floating there and then he's able to hit the ball. Great kill by him.
Carl Rollins coming up here for the serve. Not too much power on that, but controlled well from the front to the back. Beautiful block out in front there by the Wolves. I believe it was Nunez Cruz who got the initial on that one, but that's going to be moved forward. Abdelaziz pushing this one over to Lincoln. Lincoln on it. Beautiful attack there, nonetheless countered beautifully by George Brown. Going out, Tran. Set up nicely. Julian Tran trying to come the other way for the counter attack. Little odd trajectory of the ball there. He's able to go sideways of the attack, and Julian Tran coming in there clutch on that attack.
You saw there barely, they set that up twice. They sent it to Julian for the kill, and second time he's not getting stopped there. He ain't getting denied, and it's a point for the Wolves.
Nicely done there, but they're going to get a serving error with that one there. Carl Rollins is going to send that way over the end line with him coming off now, and Ben Puskas coming on the court for the Wolves. Awaiting the Huskies serve here. Takes a little longer than usual, but that's going to go over the top of the netting. A little bit of a deceiving play there when that goes that way, but Tran nicely done there. Good job at the Huskies for moving that frontwards, and it'll be recovered beautifully by the Wolves defensively. Now moving it to the front. Julian Tran exposing the floor there. Beautifully done by him. The point's going to be awarded to the Wolves. Now up 9-7 in the set here. With the Huskies looking to make a comeback and close the scoring gap up just a little bit here.
Julian's not the tallest guy ever. He's 5'9", but he gets up there. He has some bunnies, and he gets up there and he knocks those balls down. Nice kills by him.
Knocking balls down. You didn't think he was busting them a little bit.
Serve for the Huskies.
Abdelaziz, nice block there, was able to get that one into motion. They're going to set up nicely here. Beautiful block out in front. Won beautifully by Gavin Hassel there. Beautiful execution of the block in the front court there. Glued himself to the netting and just able to win the point for the Wolves. Now up 2 points, and the Huskies trying to close that scoring gap desperately to a 1-6 Wolves team here.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of great kills and great play setups by the Algonquin Wolves, set up by their defense. Their defensive play is able to set up for them to do great offensive plays, and we see that there. Here, missed serves, errors is going to cause them to lose points there. Now 10-9 for Algonquin.
That's right. Coming out here with the serve. Almost looked like that was going to go into the netting there, but nice done. Hassel sets up the play and gangs the assist on a beautiful attack from Nunez Cruz.
Great play. you saw him jump, and he was deciding where he's going to hit that ball, and that middle of that court opened up, and he smacked that down, and he put that ball where it needs to be.
Nunez Cruz coming out here for the serve. Let's look to see what he has in his back pocket. Is able to get that one over the netting. Nicely served there. Going for it in a heavy attack there by George Brown. Sviditskri would have scored the last point there for the Huskies. We got some tall players here on the team. Standing in at 6'8", Sviditskri there. Tallest player on the court for both clubs. And the point's going to be awarded to the Wolves after going off a player there. Bad touch, not one you want to make here if you're the Wolves. But now the set's tied up at 11.
Yeah, momentum shifted, Bailey. We saw a lot of momentum on Algonquin's side. Now momentum shifted for the Huskies, and we see it here with a serve.
Coming out here, strong serve, capitalized well by the Wolves. Deceiving tip there, now racing to the floor. Getting that one in, and they're just going to push that one over in a little overhead there. Now setting up beautifully, coming back the other way. And oh, they controlled the ball well, and no. It was getting it over the backcourt there, and a beautiful draw by Ryan Lincoln to serve that one over the netting.
Yeah.
He was going to serve that one in on a hot dish.
I like what the Wolves are doing here. They have their middle coming up, acting like he's about to hit the ball. Setter sets it to the outside hitter on the right side, and able to trick George Brown's defense a bit and able to force a point here. And Bailey, we have a bit of a discussion with the officials. No idea exactly what happened, but something must have happened. See them talking here. It's going to be a point to Algonquin. It's going to be a serve for them. So let's see if they can turn this into some more points here.
See if they'll be able to carry the momentum in their favor here. Now leading by one. Going for beautiful block out in front by Carl Rollins.
They both, him and his teammate here, came on this left side of the front court, poured their hands up on the net. And like we talked about in the pregame show, Bailey, whoever wins that net play is going to win their set or produce more points. And we see this right here in this first set for the Wolves.
And the Wolves coming out heavy there. Beautiful serving ace. Beautifully executed by Gavin Hassel there. But let's talk about, as you mentioned about the blocks, right? The Wolves are averaging 2.30 blocks per set, right? And they've already come out here with over 2 blocks in the night here in the opening set too. So if they're able to keep this lead up, and they've been winning those net battles there.
100%,
they gotta keep up on. Nicely done. Seeing if they could go there, but just up and over the hands of Hassel there, recently coming off of that serving ace. Beautiful play from him in behind the end line, though, nonetheless, earlier on. But
yeah, he tried to go. He didn't realize if it was going out of bounds or not. He decided to put his hand out there, and it went off his hand and went out of bounds.
With the Wolves up 2 points here over the Huskies, playing a very, very tight scoring set here. Carl Rollins just going for it, and a little misplay. The ball is going to be sent out and off the scoreboard.
Yeah, great play by him. Jumped up, acted like he was about to kill that ball, but he decided to just tip it down, and he tipped it down, bounced off the player's hand, went out of bounds. So we see a powerful server here, Bailey.
That's right. Coming up, Abdelaziz with way too much firepower behind that one. Not too much firepower, because that would have been able to play in the court if it didn't go off the sideline there, but talk about him 0-2 serving tonight.
A lot of power coming from that Wolves player, but too much power can go no point for them.
Beautiful block there by Puskas. It's going to be moved forward. Julian Tran going for the attack and off the body and out. Beautiful play by Julian Tran there, executed phenomenally there on that defensive play. They were able to get the block in, up high, set up the play, and Julian Tran comes in, clutch as usual. Is able to secure the point here for the Wolves, now up 3 over the Huskies. Looking to take this opening set, and as we mentioned in the women's game, right, if they're able to come through, win that opening set, that puts an immense amount of pressure, and you're carrying a ton of momentum heading out here.
100%, Bailey. You're saying that with everything there. You saw that with the women's. They carried momentum from winning that first set. Let's see here, Bailey.
Coming out there, beautifully done by Nunez Cruz. I believe that was set up by Ryan Lincoln. I could be wrong there. The play just happened so fast, but the Wolves here up for George Brown's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, Bailey. Great first part of this first set. Wolves leading 17-13. But the thing that comes out the most is the net play. Like we talked about, they come out, they're blocking really well. The Wolves are blocking very well. They're killing that ball, getting some points from there, and they're not letting George Brown get up a lot more room to get those balls to fall in their side of the court, and forcing George Brown to make some mistakes there. But Bailey, what's surprising you maybe from this Algonquin team? Because on paper, they're 1-6, but they're coming out here playing like a 500, even a winning team.
They got some really talented offensive players on this team, right? I mean, you look at Abdelaziz, he's a perfect example. Nunes Cruz as well, you know, he's been solid playmaking ability up in the front court there. And I mean, he's been playing great so far. They've been setting up a lot of great plays. But Abdelaziz, a crucial factor. Ryan Lincoln pulling up, Carl Rollins pulling up in that net battle in front. I mean, he's been playing great, able to get a high vertical in and block those shots. And they already got over 3 blocks in the set, right? So that's already setting them higher than their blocks per set average. My biggest thing for the Wolves is their serves. There's way too many serving errors going on, and that's where they're giving up a lot of points. And heading into this game, the Wolves on paper didn't look like they could stand much of a chance against this George Brown team. But coming out heavy here in the first set, up 17-13, with the Huskies desperately trying to close off the scoring gap, as you could tell from that first time out there. Obviously, the coach had a little bit of remarks to address with his team, try and close a little bit of holes in the game there. But I mean, Carl Rollins, I mean, one thing that they have to figure out is their serving, right? Their servings have given up a ton of points tonight. And that's something we're going to have to work on. And I have it up here. Service errors. They got 143 service errors out of, 112. Like, that's a crazy, crazy, crazy amount of serving errors there. And that's one thing you have to give up the most.
Yeah, Bailey, and it's exactly that. Come out from timeout, right? You call timeout, especially volleyball, calling timeout, trying to grab that momentum, and we see that a lot. We see a lot of that momentum here during the timeout. They come out, and George Brown is played exceptionally well on that offensive play and forcing Algonquin not be able to do a good receive there.
Move forward, Julian Tran going for it. Strong attack by him. Now playing in the front court, going for the attack. Gorgeous block there. Oh, Lee Makina. That's going to play it upwards there. Ryan Lincoln going for the attack. Beautifully done there, but it's going to be played up once again. Oh, nice block by Julian Tran. They're able to get down low and secure the dig. Now, they're not Julian Tran, but Ben Puskis. And that's going to be played out there under heavy, heavy pressure in that rally by the Wolves. The Huskies are all over the place trying to make the play happen, especially in the front court there, and there's just a little too much power, struggling to find the open space on the court or forced to play that out.
Yeah, they're playing under control. That ball's in the air. Algonquin, that ball's way out of the zone, but that Algonquin came out, under control, took a breath, put that ball in play, able to get Julian the nice ball so he can kill it over the net.
Ryan Lincoln coming through here. Let's look to see a potential serving ace on the line, but not quite. They're going to fork that one over with a little bump from behind. Now going for the attack, Nunes Cruz.
Great kill by him, but Bailey, great setup. George Brown sends the ball over with just a little bump, right? So it gives Algonquin a chance to set up a play, and they did that magically right there.
And it all comes on that last play. Like you said, George Brown weren't able to capitalize on setting up the ball, and they had it way too far in the backcourt there, just a little under the attacking line. And you can't really attack from a distance that far, right? I mean, you can, but it's not the setup you want. And that weak attack coming from George Brown was able to set the Wolves up for a heavy transition there.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm the Huskies, I don't want to do that too much. I don't want to put ourselves in that position, because Algonquin can just easily control the ball and send the ball over the net.
Nice block there. Coming up and over and a little misplay of the ball. I think Nunes Cruz was trying to sell the fake there for George Brown, and
yeah,
he came up, misplay of the ball, and that one I'm pretty sure was anticipated for Julian Tran to come up and smack that one out of the air, but nonetheless, the Wolves will give up the point here, and Huskies trying to close the gap here. 3 out from tying this set up, given if Algonquin doesn't come up and put on more points here. Coming out, Now playing in the front and way too heavy on the attack there. And the Wolves are going to come through with the point. 20th of the set here now. Only 5 shy of taking home this opening.
Yeah, Bailey, we saw right there. Nice play, but Algonquin on the front court on the right side, their right side hitters able to get their hands up and cause some pressure for the left side hitter for the Huskies, and he can't get that point to drop down.
Not the greatest setup in the entire world there, and it's going to be, won't be able to recover from that one. The Wolves, beautiful block out in front, already like 4 or 5 here on the set, but
another timeout for the Huskies. And Bailey, I just want to point out, Huskies are 4th in the East right now, and Algonquin is 8th. So it's a good, on paper, like I said before, on paper, it shouldn't be this close. It shouldn't be this close. A 1-6 team playing a 4-3 team. You're expecting that 4-3 team to produce a little bit more, and we see them. I'm not saying they're not producing, they're producing, but there's still a bit of errors. They're letting Algonquin come out of here and score 21 and have still a gap of 5 points. So Bailey, all this shows us is that Algonquin, like it's on paper 1-6, but they're a better 1-6 team. They should be 1-6, so that proves that there's just mistakes, sets that got out of control, but they should be a way better team, and they are, like we saw in this first set.
Well, you know, in my experience with commentating Wolves home games, is what I've come to realize is that the Wolves always start the opening set incredibly hot, but they aren't able to finish the game carrying another set in their belt. Like, I mean, like, you come out, they play incredibly good here in the opening set. They come out, are able to carry the momentum through, and then they fall in the second and third set, and they just give a little too much off their plate there, and that's not something, you know, like, you don't expect them to do that, but it's just the way the story's been told over time from commentating these games is something I've been able to notice. They come out incredibly hot in the opening set, fall off in the second and third, and they're able to give out the game by the fourth. So it's like,
no, 100%.
It's something they got to do is carry that momentum in their favor just a little more, especially when you're carrying a massive lead over the Huskies here. And I'm sure the Huskies came into today's game with a little bit of an unexpected, not beautiful serving ace there, by the way, but something I don't think the Huskies were quite expecting out of today's Wolves team coming forward.
No, and that's exactly it. And like we see here, we see an ace here, and now they're only 3 points shy of getting this first set, setting the tone for the rest of this game.
Let's see if Julian Tran can go for his second consecutive. Nice block there. Nunez Cruz didn't quite get the second touch on that, but it was a nicely played ball. Now trying to set up, not looking too good at it, but it's going to go off of Ben Puskas and out, and that's going to be awarded to the Huskies here. Now desperately trying to win the set, trailing by a landslide, 5 points here. Beautiful block there, now coming forward, able to handle the ball exceptionally well, but not doing a great job at setting up as George Brown. They're going to force that one over. Coming for the attack! Holy smokes! Dangerous from Abdel Aziz!
That took off just like a F1 car. He went to 0 to 60 in less than a second there. You saw the smoke coming out of that ball.
With Abdel Aziz, 3 kills on the night, 0 digs, has played exceptionally well for his club here. And the one massive problem for George Brown is to be capitalizing up these setups here.
Bailey 1 point shy of getting this first set in the books and setting the tone for the rest of this game.
George Brown has been giving up a ton of errors here. And I mean, so have the Wolves, but I feel like that's why it hasn't been that close here for George Brown looking to make a comeback, and they're going to bump this one over. Had a hard time at setting up in recent times as well, too. Now going to try and make the set up there. Nice block, anticipated well by the Wolves, but it's going to go up and over. Abdel Aziz, you know how dangerous he could be. Exposes the back space on the right-hand side of the backcourt there, and they're going to come through winning that first set with his 4th kill of the night here to win it for the Wolves in the opening. They're now coming out here. We'll have a 3-minute break. Seth, what's been your in-depth analysis of how the game's been going so far?
Surprising.
Surprising?
Surprising. I didn't expect that, Bailey. We were talking before this game. I didn't expect Algonquin to come out this hot to start the game. That was an incredible set. They came out here. They came out ready, and they're showing the league. They're showing they're even showing their fans. They're showing themselves that yes, we're 1-6. Yes, we haven't played the best volleyball so far, but we're still a team and we can make a deep push to try to make that playoff and move up those charts in the Eastern Conference. And it's looking good so far today, but you said it just before sending off to me, Bailey. The Huskies are doing a lot of mistakes that are causing Algonquin to take control of it, right? They're not getting the first touch right, so they're just getting free balls over the net. Algonquin's taking control, taking the time. The ball's flying up, and we're able to kill those balls.
That's right.
But for you, Bailey, one player stood out. Who would it be?
One player that stood out to me the most, I mean, Nunes Cruz has been playing exceptionally well. Julian Tran as well, too. But you cannot put Abdelaziz into consideration. I glaze him every single game, right? But I mean, he's come out. He's already got 4 kills on the night. He's already got 4 kills. But let's talk about another player who's been exceptionally well. Julian Tran as well has come out incredibly hot for the Wolves. He's already got 4 kills, 2 digs on the night too. So talk about a player who may be playing a little better, well-rounded volleyball than Abdelaziz. Probably Julian Tran. I mean, he's come out there. Earlier on, came off, I'm not entirely sure if he came off 2 serving aces, but he had a serving ace there in that opening set. He played incredibly well, defensively as well too. You know, he's a player you could rely on. So, I mean, he's been exceptionally great for the Wolves here. But, I mean, Julian Tran and Abdelaziz have been your 2 X-Factor players of tonight's game so far. I mean, it's going to be up to the Wolves heading into this second set to keep that momentum going, which we usually don't see from them playing at home here. But they come out, they usually get the opening set in their back pocket. It's carrying through and finishing, which has been their big issue. And if they're able to do it against a George Brown team tonight to go up 2-6, and that'll be a massive, you know, that'll boost your locker room morale heading into further games of the regular season.
Yeah, because tomorrow, Bailey, Algonquin's playing Fleming here, and they come back next Friday to play Loyalist, who they lost last week to 3-0. So they have a chance, if they come out here with a victory, to come out this weekend and have a little bit of momentum going forward and showing their fans, because there's a lot of fans here today in the stands here. So showing their fans that their players are here to play, and we're here to show you that we can win, we can play for you guys.
Well, one thing I can tell you about the Wolves is the Wolves, prior to their first win of the regular season against La Cité, is whenever they came into that last home game, La Cité and the Wolves were standing at the very same spot in the standings, right? They were winless heading into that game, 0-5, right? I mean, the Wolves clearly dominated La Cité that game, came through as a powerhouse team, shutting them out 3-0. So that's able to show you how they play against bad teams in the league. And, you know, Fleming is no exception either. Like, I mean, they come through. They got an 0-6 record. They are the worst team in the regular season. They were the worst team in standings. So if the Wolves aren't able to pull through tonight, I believe they'll be able to pull through tomorrow in a heavy victory over Fleming. But it'll be getting this win under your belt tonight, which will carry in a momentum, like, you know, will carry a massive momentum and boost your locker room morale heading into next game.
Yeah, because you win
Fleming
here today, you have a big chance of winning tomorrow. You go up being your record. You were entering this weekend 1-6. Now you're 3-6, moving up a bit in this Eastern Conference.
Change side of the court here. We'll see Fleming on the inside and the Wolves on the out. Ben Puskas wasn't quite able to handle that one there, and there'll be a little talk with him and Julian Tran.
Yeah, a little communication error there by the 2 players. They're like right beside each other when that ball came through. And he had no choice but to try to touch it, but a bit of miscommunication there.
Coming up, Ben Puskas is going to get that one up nicely. There go Abdelaziz going for the attack there, right off the outside official, and the point's going to be awarded there with, and I mean, he's been great tonight, don't get me wrong, he's been putting up a lot of points on the board, but just failing on a lot of his spike attempts, and that's something he's going to have to work around here because he puts way too much power behind some of those. Just too much leverage at times here. Coming out there, nice block by George Brown, playing well. The Wolves trying to capitalize, but Nunes Cruz, it was going to be on the line there, and the point's going to be awarded to the Wolves. And talk about a player like him who's been great throughout tonight's game. He's got 4 kills and 1 dig on the night so far.
Yeah, that's an excellent play. Way to find that gap in the defense and put the ball where it needs to be and get a point to your team.
See if the Wolves are able to carry this second set still early. If the Wolves are going to, the block's going to be deflected away there, not the way they wanted it to go, but the point's going to be awarded to the Huskies here to come up 3-1 in the set.
Yeah, they're getting up there. Ball deflects opposite of where they want it to go. And the score is 3-1 here, Bailey, in this second set.
Already carrying an early dangerous lead, but Abdelaziz coming out once again there. Is going to go off not a Georgian, but a George Brown player there. The Wolves are going to win the point, now only trailing by 1 to the Huskies, looking to make a comeback.
And we're up for serve, Bailey. So we got a chance to take control of this game here with this serve.
Gavin Hassel so far been great from behind the serve line there, coming out. Heels on the line, nice setup by Carl Rollins there. And just a little bit of miscommunication. I don't think that went the way the Wolves wanted it to go there. Weak setup. I don't believe that Lincoln anticipated that one coming towards him there, but just horrible execution of the ball on that play. Not the way you want the opening set here to go. Coming out, nicely done there. Is going to roll off a George Brown player and out off a heavy attack from Ryan Lincoln.
Yeah, excellent play by him from that left side of that front court, able to go diagonally and drop that ball in the little gap that was created by the defense. Great serve, Bailey. He hit it. He's last two he didn't get, and this one he got it in. So great serve by him.
Played up nicely in an overhead there. Now it's time to recover if you're the Wolves.
And they got an error here, Bailey.
But he touched the net on that.
Yes. Yeah. So now score should be 4-4 here. And it is, Bailey. So tie game. They came down 3-1. And now Algonquin's climbing up this ladder. Let's see if they can attain a lead here. And no.
And it's just serve error after serve error from Abdelaziz. And when he can get those serves down, he can play exceptionally well. But at times like these where points matter most, man, he's just been giving up a lot. I think that guy has only landed one good serve on the night there, but Julian Tran there is going to go off a player in now before heading over the end line there, and Tran's going to put the point up for his team, now tying the game at 5.
Yeah, Bailey, tie game so far. It's been a back and forth game here. Algonquin climbing up a bit, but it's been back and forth here. Some nice play making by both teams, but making your serve, Bailey, is going to win or lose with this game, and we see this happening so far in this second set.
It's going to be set up and moved nicely. Solid block out in front by Nunez Cruz.
Great block by him.
Beautifully executed to put the Wolves up for their first lead here in the set.
George Brown player came up but didn't come up fast enough to receive that block. And now first lead of the second set belongs to the Wolves.
For the tip over top, and Nunez Cruz was able to anticipate that one well. Ryan Lincoln going for the attack there, now setting up in the front court, going for it. And that's going to be out and awarded to the Wolves, now able to carry a 2-point lead over the George Brown Huskies.
And that's what you need to create, Bailey. You need to create a bit of gap between your opponents so you can cruise here. And now we see Algonquin taking control of this second set. Bailey, will they be able to hold it? I don't know, but right now, all momentum in Wolves' hands.
Well, with the way that opening set went, I feel like they'll be able to anticipate, but judging, oh, there you go, and that'll be awarded to George Brown there as the ball comes out. You can never tell with those deflections from out in front on those blocks, right? They're so deceiving at times. Just get a bad trajectory, you get a bad angle on the ball, and it comes out of bounds there, and it's just not a great play because you know you made the right play, but you know the block went the wrong way. Serving ace there for the Huskies, climbing up the ranks here.
Yeah, back to tie game, Bailey. Off a serve. Let's see if George Brown can keep their serves going. Let's see defensively if Algonquin can bump it up and set up a play.
This is not a lead you want to give up here if you're the Wolves early in this second set. Nice play there by Ben Puskis. It's going to be bumped over, playing from way too far out. Now it's going to be set up by George Brown. Solid block, but it's going to be played nice offensively from the backcourt there. Trying to move it up front. Once again, now they're not going to get a great set going. Let's see if the Wolves are able to capitalize on the setup here. Now for the nice overhead there. Oh, nice play by Puskis to cover the back there. That's going to be blocked, and it's going to be awarded to George Brown here, with George Brown taking the lead over the Hungry Wolves here, now up 1.
Yeah, now they take the lead back, Bailey, but good play by both teams, able to produce offense, but it's the blocking that's going to create something, and we see that here.
There you go. It's going to be a serving error there. One awarded to the Wolves. Now coming up to tie up this set at 8.
Close game so far, Bailey. What can you tell us really about this George Brown team? That what can they do to, because they lost that first set by 5 points. So what can they do to do something different here?
Errors have been a critical factor for them, giving up a ton of points there just based off of non-accurate attacks. But trying to get past those Wolves blocks, man, they've been generating a ton of them. And George Brown comes out dangerous on the attack, but the Wolves are able to counter it well with the block too. So I don't think it's a lack in play for George Brown, but you got to stop giving up a couple of those errors there. There's a couple that are unavoidable, but the Wolves are putting a ton of defensive pressure.
Just like we saw just there, eh,
yeah,
Billy?
Are putting a ton of defensive pressure on them, and it's putting them in a tight spot. Oh, get down there. They're going to bump that one over. Beautifully executed there by the Wolves.
Play.
Recovered nicely. It's going to be tipped up, but Abdelaziz getting down to get the dig in, and there you go. Nunez Cruz has really stepped up here in this second set. He's been able to jump up there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spike by him, but set up nicely.
Exactly. I was waiting for you what you were going to say.
Yeah.
But, Bailey, that play was set up by, what did we talk about before? Defense. He dove for that, got his hand perfectly right on the ground, able to put that ball up, set up that kill. My bad for interrupting you, Bailey. No, but I know what you were going to say, and I had to say it.
There you go, and Abdelaziz, when you need a guy like him to come through with a powerful spike, he's always there to step up. 5, 6 kills on the night now.
Yeah, amazing offensive player. Got his serves in check so far, and now
carrying
Wolves,
a 3-point lead.
Exactly, Bailey. They're getting there. They're getting up there. Now let's see if they can get to the top of the mountain and win the second set.
Lincoln now coming out for the serve there. I believe he was going to be a little over the end line on that one nonetheless, but he was going to get it way over
and that's
the other end.
And that's what kills a momentum, eh, Bailey, of a team. They get a great play, great kill.
Great rally going.
And then serve miss, right? There's no momentum being created. It starts, it goes up, and it keeps going down.
Great block by Abdelaziz there, playing through the middle. Point's going to be awarded to the Wolves there, as that's going to be blocked and come out. Nicely done. Now still carrying a 3-point lead over the Huskies. They got to keep this gap going. They got to keep this momentum moving in their favor. And it's just like I said, as I mentioned early on, you cannot give up a lead here is crucial. That if you're an 0-1, a 1-6 Wolves team heading into this game against a top competitor, you want to keep that momentum going. Abdelaziz exposing the open court there, playing from the back, right hand side. You got to be up a little bit. You got to anticipate this playerless Abdelaziz a little better than that.
I mean, yeah, Bailey.
Been able to carry through exceptionally well here so far.
Hey, Bailey, just like Akon, he smacked that ball down for a point, using his power, getting that point for his team. But Bailey, just like we talked about just earlier, every time the Wolves get a good kill, a good play going, momentum goes right down the drain because of a missed serve. That needs to be an issue addressed by their head coach, because that's going to kill them. They can climb up and keep going with points, and they can't because of missed serves.
I believe it was 171 serving errors throughout 7 matches so far here for the Wolves.
Let's see here if we can get this momentum to go even higher than what we have right now with this serve.
Nunez Cruz here coming out for the serve, covered well by the Huskies. That point's going to be awarded to the Wolves there. No block, no nothing, but that was going to come over the netting and out of bounds.
Now we go up to 15-10, Bailey, and this is where we can keep going with these serves, because good serves and good defense can create some offensive play.
Nunes Cruz here coming up, nicely played there, and you don't have to put too much power behind, but that's going to go off and out here. The Wolves now going to shut down that 5-point lead by 4 now.
Yeah, George Brown has some powerful hitters. When the play's nice, when they receive that serve well, or when they have a good defensive play, they can set up some nice hits here. And we see here, Bailey, and now we see George Brown with a bit of momentum carrying on their side.
Going to be set up beautifully and tipped off by Rollins there. Going for the attack, and not too sure. Yeah, that's going to be awarded to George Brown there as the point didn't come out. Abdelaziz is going to come out to talk to the official about it. Here, but it's something the Wolves are going to have to come back from. Now leading by 3 here. Still a dangerous lead to be up by here late, but hopefully it's something they could do to cover this second set. Not set up nicely there by the Wolves. A bit of a sloppy play there, moving from the back and off a player and out there. The George Brown Huskies carrying a ton of momentum moving forward in this set. They're closing the gap heavily here. Now once trailing by 5 or only down by 2.
Oh, now we see the fans make some noise here, Bailey.
Not a massive crowd here for tonight's game, but still a loud attendance. The Wolves here got to be playing much better defensively than that. It comes throughout those blocks there. The deflections off those blocks, the redirections there, they're hard to anticipate, but the Wolves, I do believe, are going to call a timeout here, and they got to work on something a little bit because they're giving up way too much points. They're going to call this timeout, I believe, try and kill the momentum a little bit here out of George Brown's favor, but
exactly, Bailey, because they were up 15-10, and now we're going timeout, Bailey, with 15-14 for the Wolves. And you're exactly right when you talk about momentum. In volleyball, the lead can go one team real quick and switch over to the other team, and momentum plays a big part in that. So calling a timeout can change that momentum. We saw that with the women's game, how George Brown called timeout to end Algonquin's momentum, and it worked for them. They came out with 3 points right away. So now let's see if Algonquin can do the same thing and have George Brown kind of momentum kind of slow down a bit so Algonquin can regain some control over their play and can change a bit of how this game going. Because Bailey, this second half has been second set has been really, really close. And let's see if a team can lead off, because it looked like Algonquin was going to take that rocket to the moon just like Elon Musk, but it doesn't look like that so far right now. So let's see what happens here coming off the timeout.
You're right. They've been able to break through the scoring here early on, and now coming out with a massive lead, we're able to lose. We're able to lose some of that pointage a little bit, and those aren't points you want to be giving up, and they've been playing sloppy defense, and it all comes from the redirections off some of those blocks, right? They're hard plays to anticipate, but it's something you got to control a little better if you're playing tight to the net like the Wolves are here. Going for the attack, and it's going to be blocked, and the point's going to be awarded to George Brown here. This is not the way you want to see the Wolves been playing here, coming out late, or probably around midway through here this second set, but now both teams out 10 of winning this set. Got to be up by 2 to take this set. Hassel doing a great job of recovering defensively there, but now trying to come back the other way. Ryan Lincoln. If you want to scramble out for that one, you got to bump that one over. There you go.
Good play.
Nicely done by Ben Puskas, the libero there in the black jersey. But now there's going to be way too much fire behind that shot. The Wolves coming in through in the breakout lead here.
Yeah, great play by the libero to get out. Tell his teammate, I got it. That's my ball. Control the ball. Bump it over the net. Set up a nice play. And the Wolves are awarded a point.
Hassel there going for the serve. Nicely done, is able to get that one over the net, but that's going to be out there. It's going to be awarded to the Wolves, thank God. Now up 2 here over the Huskies. Let's see if they can maintain this lead for the remainder of the set. Have come out and played better volleyball so far here. I believe the Huskies have been able to break through, and the Wolves have been able to capitalize on a ton of these errors there, but the bouncing ball off the netting can be deceiving at times. Ben Puskas diving down, but Now the Huskies only trailing by 1 here, looking to make a comeback.
Yeah, and Bailey, you see where when Georgetown sets up a kill, you see 4 of their players coming down, forming a bowl to prepare for that block from Algonquin, but they didn't need it there because they killed it pretty good, got the point.
Hassel's going to play that one over to Abdelaziz, and they're going to win the point here.
Excellent play by him. You saw him run up. You saw him take a bit of an angle. I'm like, oh, I don't know if that's going to go in, but he did it good, hitting the George Brown Husky player. He's not able to control the ball, goes out of bounds. Now we see him in the serve here. Let's see if he's able to get a good serve here.
He's come off a recent ton of serving errors here, and we'll see that exact play from him, and it's just, at this point, you know, you might as well just tone it down just a little bit. You keep going for these dangerous serves, and it's not benefiting your team none. And he's been a liability as of this far from behind the serve line.
Exactly.
And that'll go out there. Nice read and beautiful anticipation there by Ryan Lincoln.
See, it's not the end of the world there. Yes, we missed our serve, but we basically got that point back because of error on that serve by George Brown. Let's see if, I believe that's Carl can come here. Yes, sir. He can come in here and get a good serve.
It's going to be moved up into the front court, going for the attack there, and that's going to beat Abdelaziz on that back.
Hey, really close set here, Bailey. Completely different than this first set of this game.
It's making me nervous a little bit here to watch the Wolves. I mean, they've been playing great volleyball as of this far here, and they're carrying the lead by 1 point, but very nervous. Hopefully they don't give up this set there, and great anticipation there by both Puskis
Bailey
and Abdelaziz to anticipate that ball.
I give that credit to that missed serve to Airhorn Man. He blew that as soon as he hit that ball and it went out of bounds. I give full credit to him, Bailey.
He'll put a ton of pressure on you. He'll put a ton of pressure on you, and as he has done so far there. I mean, we can make an argument for that missed serve. Beautiful ball. No, it's going to be awarded to George Brown there. Every time I see the block come in, I think it's going to be one on the court. It always comes out there, and it's just terrible redirection. But when the ball's coming out with you at that kind of speed, I mean, if your best bet is to lay your hand flat.
You got to have your hands placed on a certain angle. If you have it straight up, it might go different ways. You have to have it on a specific angle so the ball can bounce down and not go out of bounds.
I'm no volleyball expert, but you kind of want a cup, I'd assume. But Julian Tran coming off a recent kill there with 7 on the night.
Yeah, now we see George Brown with some sub coming in the game. Let's see if that does a difference. But Wolves are 4 points away from carrying this second set and cruising with a 2-0 lead. Let's see here if they can get it done. Big serve coming up.
Wolves 21 points, 4 shy of taking this second set home there, and they'll be able to recover beautifully now, forcing this the other way. But oh Lord, nice kick by one of the fans to get that out, and it's going to go off one of the fans in attendance, his head, I believe, but a nice kick nonetheless there. Great anticipation by the fan. It's making me shake a little bit, Seth.
Hey, I'm feeling it. Me too. I'm feeling it right now. Ball's up, Bailey. What's it going to be?
They're going to go up. Dangerous set. Abdelaziz. No, they're going to get low and get the dig in there. Nicely recovered. Abdelaziz is going to play this one to the front, setting up Nunez Cruz for that. Is Hassel. Beautiful setup there. Now the Wolves up 2. Only 3 shy of taking away this second set. Man, that's really going to set the tone and leave the Huskies trembling in their jocks.
Yeah, let's see if the Wolves can send the Huskies back to their eagles here.
Going for the attack, and it's going to be one that'll be able to expose that backspace on the court there nicely. But, man, that's something if you're the Wolves, you kind of want to cover a little better than that. That's going to have to be a breakthrough moment here for the Wolves. Like, I mean, you can't always rely off his serving errors, but when you got guys like Abdelaziz and Nunez Cruz who can come in clutch in times like these, man, you got to rely on those guys heavily here. Played up by Tran, going for the attack. Rollins there. He'll give up the tie.
Bailey.
He'll give up the equalizer here.
22-22. Hey, I'm feeling it, Bailey. I feel it right now. Like I have the crowd with me too. Feeling that we have the crowd cheering right now, Bailey.
There you go, and they'll get the serve error there, and the Wolves are going to come through with the go-ahead in the set. Now up 23-22. Now you got to carry forward from here. You're only 2 points out of taking this set. Let's see if we can capitalize on 3 consecutive here.
Yeah, those fans making a lot of noise with their feet, causing the George Brown player to miss his serve.
Coming out here is Zayla. No.
Once again, Bailey, another mistake. That's the 4th time in this set that Algonquin gets a bit of wiggle room by a point, and on the serve they miss, and that's not what you want, especially this close going into trying to win the set, to set the tone to go into the 3rd set.
Right. Now coming out dangerous is a George Brown serve here. Way too much power. And the Wolves only 1 away.
1 away,
One
Bailey.
away.
Oh, now we got a sub, Bailey.
Off of that recent serve error there. Abdelaziz is going to come off here.
Let's see if we get a good serve, Bailey. We need 1 more point to secure the 2nd set. And timeout on the floor. Bailey, I'm very, very excited, nervous to see what's going on, but this set has me going. Compared to that, the first set was good, but they won it fair and square. This set here, Bailey, they got to work for it. Whoever wins this set needs to work to win and to either go 1-1 or 2-0. But you don't want to beat George Brown, having the Algonquin go 2-0, because any team down 2-0, it's hard to get out of that and win, because then you have to win 3 sets to win this game. So George Brown, look for them to come out of this timeout with some force to try to knock Algonquin out. This is crucial for the Wolves coming here on this next serve. This is one you need to capitalize on heavy, because now you're only 1 point out. If you fail the point here, you're giving Huskies a chance to come back with a tie here. Yeah, 100%.
You can't. This is one play. If there's any play in the game you need to capitalize on, it's the play to secure the 2nd set here.
And right here, Bailey, I know that's why they subbed in the player here for their big hitter.
Nakashima.
Missing a couple serves here. Let's see if their sub can do it here with a big serve here. Ball's up.
See what they're going to do.
Yeah!
Carl Rollins coming out there. Beautifully done. Taking the 2nd set, baby. Give me that one, Seth. Give me that one. That's what you like to see. Oh, that was a very nerve-wracking 2nd set.
Great play by Carl to win this 2nd set. Bailey, for the first time this year, I believe, other than the win versus La Cité, they're going up 2-0 here. Bailey, excited to see this 3rd set, but wow, way to finish that set.
A ton of failed block attempts there from the Wolves. Well, they were up 15-10, gave up 5 consecutive points there for giving the Huskies a chance to come back and score the equalizer in this set, carried it. And then it was close, neck and neck, hard-fought battle here, back and forth, and it really left you shaking in your jocks, I tell you that right now. But I mean, the Wolves were able to come out, man, with some dangerous attacks. Abdelaziz has been great for the Wolves. He's registered 8 kills on the night. He's been great. He's been putting up a ton of points, but he's also been giving up a ton of errors as well, too. And I feel that's why the game has been so close here. He out of like 6 or 7 of his serves, he was only able to complete 2 or 3 of them, right? So he gave up a ton of service errors there, forcing a lot of points in favor of the Huskies. I mean, the Wolves, couple great blocks out in front, but just the trajectory, the deflection, just the way they've been able to handle those hasn't been great, and that's been giving up a ton of points too. They've been playing close to the sideline on a couple of those, and they've been getting those out of play, and I mean, that's been giving up a ton of points. Errors, and that's something that the Wolves need to focus and harness in heading into this 3rd and possibly last set of the game, right?
Yeah,
so very excited
Bailey.
to see how it's going to go.
I agree with everything you just said, Bailey. That's exactly what's going to win. Basically make or break a set, make or break a game. And you see with Algonquin, they do that pretty well. And good job for the head coach of the Wolves here to take off their big-time hitter here just for that set. For the serve, and you saw it worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
He got the serve to where it needs to be. Ball came up, and now you see Carl finish it off with a nice kill there.
Like, I mean, he came out exceptionally strong as well, too. And, I mean, you know, he's a player you could always rely on. Like, as in last home game, we haven't seen him play too much. And, you know, he didn't get much action, but he was able to come through. and score the winner in the third set for the Wolves there. And he played a massive factor in the ending of last home game.
What kind of momentum do you expect the Wolves to come out here of this two-set win here to try to knock off?
It's always tough to tell. But when you got 2 sets in favor here with the chance to sweep George Brown, it's crucial that you got to come out, man. You're playing with a ton of momentum here, and that's one you need to capitalize on if you're Algonquin.
100%. And a lot of credit to Algonquin's head coach, Gilles Kujman, doing a lot of work with his boys to come off this 1-6 record that they have presently and trying to flip the page, turn the chapter to try to go 2-6 and try to go to the game tomorrow versus Fleming, try to win that one too to become 3-6. But Bailey, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We still got one more set here, Bailey.
That's right.
I think that if Algonquin keeps doing what they're doing, they're going to end up being great and coming out of here with a victory. But to get the dub, they got to perform and they got to do the little things right.
I'm excited to see how this third set goes. And I tell you, that second set, man, really had me on my feet there. But that's going to be an interesting one to call. I'm excited to see how it comes out here. And hopefully the Wolves, coming out with a ton of momentum on their shoulders, are able to carry through with it.
Let's see what kind of intensity does the George Brown Huskies come out with. Because they're down 2-0. Bailey, they got to come out here. They got to change something. They didn't do a bad second set, but that first set really killed them. And now they got to use this third set. They got to start strong, but they got to finish strong. Because the second set, they let their foot off the pedal a bit.
That's right. Coming out here, Abdelaziz with a nice block, trying to move it up. Now setting up for the beautiful attack and coming through with it. Ryan Lincoln unable to capitalize on the attack there, but strong spike, not where you want it to be. And they'll forfeit the first point of the set here over to the Huskies.
Not how you want to start this set here, Bailey, but like the second set, that's how they started too. So let's see if something does different.
Moving it forward, Julian Tran block there. Nunez Cruz attack, giving up 2 points here early. And this is not a set where you want to see the Huskies come back in.
No, 2 great serves by the Huskies here. Let's see if he can do a third one.
Handled well by Abdelaziz, and that's going to go out there. There you go. It's going to cut that lead in half.
His job.
Airhorn guy, I mean, he's been coming in clutch, dude. Every single home game dude's here, and he's just been going off.
We need to get him here for an interview. Pre-game interview. He needs to be here. Give a little in-depth of why he does this and how he does this. He's a good job at it.
Airhorn guy, if you ever go back and watch the games, this is your official invitation to come up and have us over. We're going to interview you, man. We're going to interview you.
Good play by.
Oh, my God. Abdelaziz getting down low to get the dig in. Now coming up to try and set up the attack. Coming out, Ben Puskis, great job at coming out there. Julian Tran, a little mishandle of the ball now. Playing from the backcourt. He's going to move that over the attacking line and coming out. Way too much power on that. I'm pretty sure. Did I go off a player and out or something?
Well, from my angle, Bailey, it looked like it was out of bounds, but
I looked like that was over the line.
Exactly, and that's what the head coach for Algonquin says also, but the ref pointed to the Huskies here.
Coming out, Abdelaziz, nice tip there. Beautiful control of the ball. Oh, now you can't really play that one. Getting back up there. Great defensive recovery to try and get the attack going the other way. And the Wolves are going to win the point there off the failed block. And Bailey, now only trailing by 1.
Yeah, and they're starting the third set like they started the second set. They were down 3-1, 3-2, go to 4-2. So let's see if it follows that script of the second set, or do the Wolves set their own path here.
Nunez Cruz coming up here, and
exactly like that.
Serving error there, and they've been giving up way too much. And you can't battle the pressure now with 2 sets on your belt.
Yeah, starting this third set just like they started the second set, 4-2. But Bailey, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
That's right.
So let's see how the Wolves respond and how they finish here.
Coming up, nice block there by Abdelaziz, trying to come back there. Beautiful recovery by the Wolves in the backcourt. Now miscommunication of the ball. Oh my God.
They have to communicate better, Bailey. They've been doing a good job of that so far this game, but right there, 2 players coming up to receive that ball, and they just end up knocking to each other and forcing a double touch, and now it's 5-2, early lead for the Huskies, but mistakes made by the Wolves.
Way too much power there, and the point's going to be awarded to the Wolves as that comes over the end line there. Beautifully done at reading the play and not getting on the ball there. And
good
great
break.
Anticipation.
Good break for the Wolves. Let's see here. Bailey, can they get the serve in? Because that's been a hard trouble for them after getting a point.
Gavin Hassel's had a couple aces under his belt tonight there. I believe 1 or 2 of them. Coming through, bad block there. Bad block, Carl Rollins coming up there. Is able to get the vertical to jump in on it, but just giving up way too much space between him and the netting. And if you're going to play that kind of play, you got to get close to the net on those. Now with the lead cut in half, the Wolves are now trailing by 3 with the Huskies up 6. He's going to move that into the front court. Not the nicest setup in the entire world there, but a little misplay of the ball. What kind of attack are they going to go for? They're going to go for a tip. A great job by Abdelaziz to read it, and coming out strong, Ryan Lincoln.
Great play. Great play set up by the Wolves here. And now we see a serve here. Let's see if he gets it in. A little trouble today. Let's see if he can get over that hump.
Abdelaziz coming up. He's going to win the... I swear that was right on the line. I swear that was right on the line.
I think need glasses, Bailey, because that was... I don't know about that one. That seemed out of bounds, but from up here, it does seem like a hit inside, but ref's always right, even if we don't like it. You know about that, Bailey, eh? In your hockey career, about those penalty minutes you took for ref misconducts.
I'm telling you, a lot of those have happened. I tend to disagree very often with the officials. Coming out there strong once again.
But you can't disagree with that.
No, you can't disagree with that. Unless they handed over the point to the George Brown Huskies, then I'd have a problem with that. But it's been good here. It's been good here.
It's been very good so far, Bailey. They got cut back the lead a bit down to 2. Let's see if Carl can get a good serve here. And he does.
Coming out, he's going to move that one forward. Now trying to go for the attack. He's going to tip that one off. Now playing the backcourt, trying to move it forward, setting up the plays. Abdelaziz and Julian Tran there. Coming in clutch. Point's going to be awarded to the Wolves. And Julian Tran, believe, until they update the scoreboard, he's got 9 kills. No, he's got 8 kills on the night, 3 digs, but he's been playing so good so far. Abdelaziz with 9 and a beautiful assist. Nice setup by him. Oh my God, kept in action. Now up and over. Oh, another block there. Nunez Cruz and Lincoln getting in the way of that one. But they're trailing by 2. They're trailing by 2 now. You just want to kind of change momentum and try and force it back in your favor here. And it's a great read, but it's going to be one between the middle of your chest and the netting, and that's not one you want happening here.
Good serves, though, by Carl. He got in for 2 serves, and good serves by him.
Rest serving error in the net here. The Wolves are going to come out with the point now, only trailing by 1 to the Huskies.
Let's see if number 18, number 16, sorry, Ryan Lincoln can come and secure this point and equalize this game with this equalizer serve.
Look to see what Ryan Lincoln has in his back pocket there. Is going to be played over. Horrible control of the ball here by the Huskies. He's going to move that into the front court, set that one up. Oh, beautifully. Nunez Cruz came up to attack there, and they're just all over the place here.
They're not communicating, Bailey.
They cannot handle well at all. Oh, Abdelaziz, give me that one, baby. Let's go, Seth. That's what you like to see. Coming in now with the equalizer, set tied at 8. With Ryan Lincoln coming out, one last great serve, and that's going to go right over the sideline there. Don't know what tempted him to go out on that play, but
once again, Bailey, that must have been the 8th, 9th one so far in this entire game where they get a point to secure a tie or a bit of wiggle room, and they miss a serve.
Don't know if Buddy was looking at a girl in the stands or something, but
he must have been looking at something. I don't know what caught his eye, but obviously not the point there.
Great dig there, Julian Tran. Oh, it's going to be bumped the other way. And If you're Julian Tran, you got to try and fork that one a little bit farther because that gives the Huskies a chance to come back in transition, and they're going to get that one up and over. And, you know, Abdelaziz, great effort to get down low and try and get the dig in, but now the Wolves back where they started, trailing by 2 here, and they got to counter this one heavy. Abdelaziz, great play there. Coming out, Nunez Cruz, strong attack, but it's going to be up in the... Players were going to clear the seats there to allow for the play, but that ended up in the seat.
Holy cow, they cleared the bench so fast, Bailey. They looked like they were scared of something there. I don't know if they looked scared of their own shadows there, but now we see Julian here with the serve. Let's see if he can get any
serving ace, Julian Tran with the equalizer in the set here.
And Bailey, every time there's a point, a serve, a kill, I want you to look at that Algonquin bench. Look at these players dancing, a little gritty going.
Get the gritty going.
That's what they're doing,
Buddy's
Bailey.
Fortnite dancing on people. Julian Tran with a gorgeous serve there. Now coming up. Oh, heavy blow. Oh,
look at him. Oh,
Buddy!
The little step on.
Wow. Wow, and the Wolves have taken the lead here in the set, up 11-10. I'll see if they can
first lead of the night, Bailey.
Numbers.
This starts that first lead.
See if they can look to add to these numbers.
Oh,
the ball's back up there. Great anticipation and great recovery. That's going to be awarded to the Wolves here.
See, look at them going crazy, Bailey.
They're calling a timeout here. The Wolves are calling a timeout. Man, have been playing so good here, and they've been able to complete the comeback here in the set. Now up 2, putting the Huskies in a pressure cooker situation. Seth, what's been your breakdown here so far?
They're coming.
They're coming.
They're climbing, Bailey. They're almost there. First lead of the night here, 12-10.
They're coming, but they're hitting their climax. No, there's still climax to be made, and that comes when they win the set.
Exactly. They're almost at the top. They're almost getting that medal. They're almost winning this match. And just like Mike Tyson will do Jake Paul, it's going to be a knockout pretty soon, Bailey.
Oh.
Let's just see what happens for this second half of this serve set. Let's see if the Wolves can continue doing what they're doing best, getting those serves in, getting those blocks, and keep going up and keep climbing this ladder to victory.
There's been some incredibly hard-fought sets here between these two clubs throughout the first 2. Heading in here, it's been neck and neck, not giving much leverage for any team to really pull out with a massive lead here. But now with the Wolves up 2, man, they have a lot to capitalize on here. Julian Tran with an incredibly, that's what you like to see.
So you tell me you like to see the other team fail? Is that what you're telling me, Bailey?
I love to see the other team fail, man. Me, as a Wolves mega fan,
that's what you got. You love to see,
I come here to call my favorite sports and to watch these athletes perform at their peak.
So just like McDonald's, you're loving it.
I'm loving it. Great call. Way too much power. Way too much power.
Again, Bailey, same exact thing. They get a point. They get a bit of momentum. They get a lead going. And down the drain it goes.
Down the drain, but they're still up by 2 here. So they still have a little bit to hold on to here throughout this set. But nicely done. Pushed up by Ben Puskas. Going for it. Oh, nice dig there by George Brown. Moving it in the front. Going for it. There, Julian Tran is able to bump that one up nicely. Trying to set it up beautifully. It's going to be bumped back there. Nice play. Nice dig. In the front. Oh, is that going to go out? No, that's not going to go out. It's going to be pushed to the front court once again. In over the attacking line, and the Wolves aren't going to be able to secure the block there. Now only up by 1 there. It's putting me in a tight spot here. It's putting me as a tight spot.
Yeah, 13-12 here. Pretty good set going like the second set, but once you get that ball to George Brown's number 14, he gets that ball where it needs to go, and he gets it fast and hard right down the drain.
Over Lassite, which that's a tough one to take for the Wolves. But like, I mean, as you mentioned early on, this is probably the best game I've seen the Wolves play. In a game where I've seen them come out and sweep La Cité, they weren't a tough competitor. They weren't a great team, and they weren't giving, you know, the Wolves much of a challenge. But coming out and watching them play solid volleyball through 2 sets here, and seeing them now hold, oh, no, not quite. It's going to be awarded to George Brown here. But seeing them play some great volleyball here against the Huskies now, you know, winning the go-ahead here, man, this has been some incredible volleyball coming from the Wolves' end here. And I mean,
yeah, and you're right with that, Bailey. La Cité hasn't been, like you say, a challenge, and now they're playing the 4th team in the East, and they won the first 2 sets. They're
beating them.
They're playing like a top 4 team and not a 1-6 team like they are. So good job for them.
Oh, Abdelaziz!
Making plays everywhere on the floor.
Abdelaziz, man, you can always rely on to get those digs in. Oh, up. No, not quite. They're going to go for the attack there. Just push it forward. Can't quite set up nicely, but now playing in the front court. Here are the Wolves. Ben Puskis is going to force that one over the libero himself. He's not going to come over the attacking line with it.
He's over the line, Bailey. Over the line. It's going to be a point for the Huskies. And now they retake the lead 15-13. Let's see if the Wolves can change up a bit what they're doing. And now there's a timeout by the Wolves. And all momentum is on the Huskies side. And Bailey, man, I don't even know what to say. Where do we go from here?
Man, there's not too much to break down. I mean, the Wolves' defensive guard hasn't been where, well, I can't say that because Abdelaziz has been playing incredible in that backcourt there. He's been playing low, getting digs in, playing great, but he's coming in off those errors, right? Errors is playing a massive factor in today's game and is fighting against the Wolves heavily on this one. But it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch, but it leaves you trembling in your seat, man. I'm almost breaking a sweat here.
The Wolves are playing George Brown tonight. They got tomorrow night. They got Fleming, and then they're back here Friday, November 22nd versus Loyalist College, and then the week after that, in 2 weeks, they go to La Cité Wednesday, November 27th, and then they're off until January. So still a couple games here left, Bailey, but winnable games, especially if you win versus George Brown tonight, because Loyalist is just on top of them. So they can easily, Bailey, go into the break having won 4 games and beat 5 and 6.
And no doubt they're not going to come off of tomorrow's game without a victory over Fleming, right? Fleming 0-6 team, bottom in the league. And the Wolves, you've seen how they've been able to play against those bottom place teams. They've been able to play good volleyball. So, I mean, even they're giving the 4th place team here a good run for their money. It's going to be awarded to George Brown here. I feel like that was on the line there. That was a hard-fought play, but it's going to be awarded to George Brown. I'm not even sure if the official is even 100% on board with his decision.
I don't know. I feel like he made a decision. He has to back himself up with that decision. And now we'll see if we can get some momentum. We've got the fans going here for this serve.
And if you're the Wolves, man, you really want to take the sweep here. You don't want to go into further sets, and it's going to be awarded to them once again. Now they're giving up a dangerous lead here, and that can't be happening. This is nerve-wracking. Coming out once again. Oh, they're pulling through. Massive back-to-back points. You can tell the bench is going crazy here.
Yeah, it was big block.
It's been hard to watch.
And coach is going to sub him out. He's been playing good, but Bailey, inconsistency is what's going to kill it, and that's why the Huskies have a 5-point lead right now. Not saying it's totally his fault, but it's the inconsistencies with the Wolves right now. They got to come up and they got to change something real fast.
There you go.
No,
Nunes Cruz. Oh, what?
No, it's another mistake. He pointed to the wrong side.
This has been.
Or no, Bailey, it is our point. Okay.
Yeah.
Good play by the Wolves.
Oh, yeah, no, you said the point. Okay, watching back on the replay. Yeah, the point was awarded to the Wolves on that play here.
Yeah,
but
just
coming
making
out,
sure.
Let's see how. Nice block out in front, but to get down low defense, you need to cover that front court a little better. You need to cover all areas of the court a lot better, and that's why they're going to send in Ben Puskas, their defensive specialist, to come in here and finish the job. Now trailing by a margin. 5 points. That's just tough to watch on the scoreboard here.
Let's see if the serve is going to be received well, and it is.
Nicely played there, set up for Rollins, beautiful. Rollins trying to go in for the block, and that's going to be awarded. That's going to be awarded. You're playing way over the net there. You can't be doing that. Error after error after error after error. The Wolves need to work on these actions a lot better here. Now they're trailing by a 6-point differential, and like prior to their last point, have given up like 5 consecutive here.
On errors, Bailey. That's what the thing is. It's on errors. They're letting the Huskies climb their way back in this game.
There you go, and it's going to be awarded once again, where I felt like it was out over the line, maybe potentially on it, but now up 21, and they're just destroying the Wolves here. And you can't let them get this momentum in hand.
The Huskies are looking to put this third set on ice and go into the fourth set 2-1. Let's see if the Wolves...
Way too much power, but they came out really confident on that one, but the Wolves desperately trying to make a comeback
Let's
here.
see if the Wolves can use that missed serve, now down 6, to get back in this game, because one missed serve and the points can be a big margin, and you might not be able to get out of it, so let's see here. Good.
Coming out.
Good
Oh! That's what you like to see! Serving ace!
Still got down 5. Let's see if we can get a couple more serves in from this man.
Coming out here, balls up in the
Oh,
middle.
yeah!
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. And the Wolves can't go out without a battle here.
And they won't. They're saying we won't stop. Bailey, they're showing the world what they can do. They're showing the world what they can do.
Best volleyball team in the entire world here.
Went a little bit too much with that. Got momentum, can continue. Now down 5 points. Let's see here if we can receive the ball well, get the ball in the air, and get some good attacks going.
Now only 3 points out, but the Wolves desperately got to make a comeback here if they look to make the sweep over the Huskies.
Yeah, we got to talk here.
Pulling
Communicate,
it
balls
forward.
up.
No, not a great setup. Now you got to do something with it. Tran, okay, made the right move, going for it over the net.
Oh, they're not talking, Bailey.
No, they're all over the place there, and they come out.
Okay, they got to control. They got to control themselves, Bailey. They're coming up too much. They're not talking like we saw there. They got lucky with that one because they could have gone the other way, but now they got the point down 4. Let's see.
They got
serve.
big Victor Landry up in here. We haven't seen him play so far. This game has been exceptionally well for the Wolves in the past here. Let's look to see what he's got in favor, and they brought him in to finish the job. Now moving it over into the front court, going for the setup. Julian Tran looking to complete the comeback.
And it all started with the good serve, Bailey. Good serve made by the Wolves, able to get the ball over the net, receive it well, and now we got the point down 3 here. Let's see if we
Victor
can get this
Landry
going.
coming in for the serve there. Potential ace on the line, not quite, but the Wolves, I got to capitalize. Julian Tran getting down low on that one. Bumping that one over. Beautiful dig there by the libero to get that one in action, and just off and over. That's going to be awarded here with the Wolves looking to make a close in the scoring gap. Now only trailing by 4. Huskies 2 points away from shutting out the sweep.
Hey, we got Big Man in back in the game. Let's see if he can produce a bit here. Down 4.
Fans are very much active. Could vouch they're out of their seats. Oh, what? No, I feel like that was a double touch. There we go!
Same, Bailey. I thought it was going to be double touch. Ref didn't call it. Ball goes over the net with a nice attack. And now we're down still 3 with Carl that won the second set.
The Wolves are going to make the comeback. I'm feeling it here.
Let's
I
see.
had to put...
Let's go, Carl, on the parlay.
I should put bets on these games. Honestly, it'd be the best. Heels on the line there, going for the safe serve. Want to play that one nicely. Carl Rollins can't quite handle that ball in the backcourt the way he wanted to, and you know he's feeling that frustration right now. You could tell as he goes off and Ben Puskas comes on. They need to rely on somebody a little more defensive to come in and step up here, and the Wolves desperately need to close it off. If they can get 24, if they can get 23 here, that would be. But they got to play some of the best volleyball ever to keep it going.
Yeah! And Bailey, that's a start. You need to start somewhere. And this is where it's starting, right here, right now. And let's see if big man Ryan Lincoln can come in here and get good serves here and save this Wolves from going down, from losing this set.
That's right. Ryan Lincoln here with the set on the line there, trying to complete the sweep if you're the Wolves, going for it. They're not going to control that one nicely. They're going to fork that right over. Sent over, trying for the attack, and no, not quite. Oh,
And it's up,
Abdelaziz!
Great play.
Trying to force it over is Julian Tran there. They're going to recover nicely. Every time, every single time.
And George Brown Huskies secure the win in this third set.
When you expect him to make the big play and he comes in with this out of this world smack.
It's going to be 2-1 set-wise. Let's see here. Wolves still have the advantage, but Bailey, it's not that third set came down to the wire. But at the same time, Bailey, some inconsistencies with playing. We saw it. Look, the set on the line comes from the back row, jumps up, tries to kill it, smashes it way too far out of the court.
Every single time, and I love the guy, I love the player. He's great. Don't get me wrong, he's got 11 kills on the night, 4 ticks. He's been nothing but great defensively and
100%.
offensively for the Wolves. But
Exactly.
man, he's just a player, like, you know, every single time comes in important play, smacks it with way too much power. Even before, whenever it comes to, you know, not the set, but every time it comes to the a spike, always too much power. Every time it comes for a serve, always too much power, and it frustrates you. You can tell there's frustration in his eyes when you watch him play. He's a great player here, and he's putting up a lot of points for the Wolves here tonight, but he's giving up tons and tons and tons of errors, and it stresses you out so much.
Because Bailey, I felt it in my bones. I thought we had it, but we lost it at the last second, Bailey. We were climbing, and just like snakes and ladders, we took the snake, and we came down, and now we're up to the fourth set. But Bailey, we still have that set. Us winning the first 2 sets led us to be, okay, we lost that one. It's not the end of the world. We could have won 3-0, but it's not the end of the world. Let's go in the fourth set. Let's produce. Let's put it up, and let's see what happens here. But man, the Wolves need to come out and they need to produce, Bailey, from the start. They can't start back. They got to start with a foot in the front, and let's see what goes on here.
That's right. We'll take a little bit of a break here, but we'll come back to you with the action soon.
After that short commercial break, Bailey, we're back on. Fourth set is starting now. Man, Wolves, Huskies. Great volleyball from both teams, but man, the Wolves had it and they let it go. It was in their fingertips and they let it go, Bailey.
No, that's right, Seth. I 100% agree with you. I don't know, the last set was really hard-fought set by the Wolves, but it all comes down to inconsistency, right? They're giving up points in bunches here. You can't give up these points in bunches. And, you know, it forces you to want to make a comeback. You don't gain any sort of momentum from that, right?
No, you don't, Bailey. You're right about that.
So to come out here, Julian Tran with the serve. Let's see what he's got in favor here with the Wolves to still potentially take the game. And he comes out, the man, the myth, the legend, Abdelaziz.
Hey, that's how you start. You start with a great serve, and you start with a great set, great receive, and you got a great kill by the leader of this team. Let's see if we can do it ×2.
Julian Tran coming out here, dangerous serve, nicely done. Now playing it in the front court. Tran able to get it up. Beautifully done. He's gonna try and bump that one over, and Nunes Cruz can't quite play that one to the capacity that he wanted to. He's gonna come up and over now with the set tied at 1. Very few timeouts to be taken last set. Was there even a single timeout last set?
Left? Should be, I think they have multiple timeouts left. Each team, they took 2, I think, Algonquin, and 1 for George Brown.
There we go, and the Wolves are gonna get the set here, the go-ahead now. Up 2-1 over the Huskies.
Great start to this set, Bailey. Going up 2-1, better than the last 2 sets. How they start, let's see if they can continue this pressure on this Huskies team. Wipe it down the floor a bit.
Coming up here, waiting to serve from Nunes Cruz in behind the end line. Let's look to see what he does with it. He'll get the okay whistle, and he'll come out there, play that one soft. Nicely done, beautiful block. Oh, they're gonna award that. He was up and over the net. I don't know, that came out of play, but Nunes Cruz is gonna come on, and Ben Puskis is gonna come on.
It looked like it was in bounds, Bailey. I was about to say a big, massive block, but no. The volleyball gods are not on our side today, Bailey. Yes, they are.
There you go, nice and over. Beautiful tip of the ball there by Hassel.
Maybe the gods are on our side today, Bailey.
Whoa,
maybe
so.
the volleyball gods are here to save us and rebuild this season for us here.
Let's see what he does with this one. Nicely played there, able to move it to the front and off the netting and out. Weren't able to make great recovery of that one, but beautifully played by the Wolves off that initial serve by Hassel.
Keep the serves going. We're on their streak right now. Let's keep it going. Let's not stop this momentum.
See if they're able to pull ahead here in this set. Potentially with the game winner on the line with way too much power there. It's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be awarded to the Wolves. Horribly executed by George Brown.
Yeah, try to do a backcourt set. He kills it diagonally and goes out of bounds.
Beautifully played to the ball, but now to transition and move this to the front court. It's going to go for the little tip there. The Wolves are able to keep this in play, but Abdelaziz going for the little tip now. Over in Huskies territory, going for the tip there. Nice recovery of the ball. No double touch play on that, but Abdelaziz going for the attack. And right into the netting. The point's not going to be awarded to the Wolves on this one. Now we're leading by 3, No, only leading by 2 now.
Yeah, he jumped up and he completely missed that ball. Basically an air ball, Bailey, and now it gives a point to the Huskies.
Coming up, dangerous attack there. He's going to try and move this one up for a nice set. Beautifully done there off that beautiful overhead assist. Now it's sent right over to Ryan Lincoln.
Okay, Bailey, question here. Let's see if he can get the serve going.
If I had to put, we'll see.
I know you're about to say, but I don't know, Bailey.
Okay, there you go. He played the safe route there. Learned from his past lessons of
Yes,
the player.
Let's do it again.
Ace there, beautifully done by Abdelaziz. They're still leading by 3 points. Don't think it's too much to be worried about here, but it's those crucial errors that you gotta stop giving up.
Yeah. And it's exactly that, Bailey. But let's see here, receive. Let's see if we can receive it well and keep scoring.
Played up and behind now, going for the attack. Nicely done there, controlled. They can't quite set up to their capacity the way they wanted it to go. Now going to move for the attack, and it's going to go off the netting, and the point's going to be awarded to the Wolves here. Coming out heavy in this fourth set. Now up 4 points over the Huskies. Definitely trying to open that scoring gap a little up.
All right, let's
a
see
little
if
up more if you're...
big man Carl can get his serves going.
Big man Carl.
Ball's up.
Going up nicely there. He's going to play it from underhand. Way too much power on that one. It's going to be awarded to the Wolves. And errors. Something the Wolves have been able to capitalize on crucially here. Beautifully, and it'll transition here. You'll see that they're up 5 points over the Huskies now with Carl Rollins. And in your words, Big Carl. Come up and look to see what he does with it.
Big man Carl.
Big man Carl.
Don't quote me wrong, Bailey.
Oh! Oh my God. Buddy. Carl Rollins has been spectacular from in behind the end line here. Let's see if he can keep this pace up.
Yeah, we're creating a big gap here, Bailey, but we gotta keep the pressure on. These Huskies, don't let the Huskies loose. Just like who let the dogs out. We can't let that happen,
right.
Bailey.
Who let the dog? Oh,
and we just let them out. We just let them out, Bailey. Right now the dogs are out, Bailey. We gotta hide the dogs. We can't let them out.
Gotta keep the dogs in the cage.
And we gotta let the Wolves come out of their natural habitat and cause some havoc here, like we see in this fourth set. And that's a miss!
That's what you like to see.
That's exactly what you like to see, Bailey. Now we see
carrying a 6-point lead here.
Now we see Ryan, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, that's Ryan Lincoln coming up to serve. Let's see if we can keep this going, Bailey. Let's ride the wave.
And with the way the Wolves have been playing here, no doubt they're going to look to make the comeback here in this game. And that was going to be played on the line there, and the point's going to be won over to George Brown.
Let's keep it going, guys. We got to keep the momentum going. Let's see here. Let's get a good receive going. Let's set this play up nice.
Coming up for it now is going to be moved into the front court beautifully by Abdelaziz. And guard! Oh! Once again, they're carrying a massive 6-point lead here.
Good tip on that, George Brown. College got up. Husky player touched it, and it landed in bounds, and it's going to be a point for the Wolves. Let's see if Julian can get the serves going once again.
Julian Tranheel's on the line there off that serve. Nicely done. Oh! Yeah! There you go. That's what you like to see.
And just like the kids say today, Bailey, you're too small. You're too small.
You're too small, kid. Sit down.
Sit down.
Sit down,
That's what you got to do. Right?
Oh, man, this has been...
Bailey, I'm getting hyped up right now. You don't know. You don't know about it.
You don't know me, son.
You can't see me, but you can see this lead on this scoreboard. Bailey, we're up by 7. What can you expect for the Wolves to do to keep it going?
Wolves are too hot to shut down you. You can't shut down the hungry Wolves. When they're hungry, and they're gonna eat. I can't see them giving up this 7-point lead here. I can see the Huskies potentially making a comeback, but from here on out, scoring the equalizer is going to be a tough task for them. I think the Wolves are going to carry through with their high-octane offensive scoring, and it's going to be hard to shut down. Julian Tran here out behind the end line, looking to make the next serve, and you know how great he's been there, registering a couple of aces here tonight. He's going to register an error there now, dialing it down to a 6-point differential between the Huskies and the Wolves. In that recent break that was able to give us a little bit of time to sit down, relax off this major Wolves success here coming out in this fourth set. We thought we were gonna, no, ace there, ace, and you can't be giving up points in bunches here, but I mean, that's something that's been working in favor of the Wolves here tonight. Right from 5 points out. Coming up. Right into the netting there. Another crucial error that the Wolves will be able to capitalize on. Now up 14-8 here in the set.
Yeah, Bailey, we're keeping the food away from the Huskies, but there's still half a plate there. We still got to finish it off and not let the Huskies finish off our plate here.
Going for it, playing it nicely in the front court. Now it's going to be trajected out, and the point's going to be awarded to George Brown here. Nicely done as they look to make the comeback now, trailing by 5 points here, trying to look to close that gap just a little bit. Been able to throw the Wolves off their game here in recent rallies, and let's see if the Wolves can capitalize under this pressure. Good move over Abdelaziz. Oh, the deceiving tip there, but covered nicely for the dig. Up in the front, looking to set it up. Abdelaziz. Oh, it's going to be awarded. It's going to be awarded to the Wolves there. Nicely done.
I was about to say, Bailey, I was about to say, once again, but I had to stop myself because Rev did point our way. It got tipped at the net, and it's a point for the Wolves.
That was really on the line there, and it's a nice play there by Abdelaziz. Was that bumped off a chest? Yeah, Abdelaziz once again with his 14th kill of the night.
And he's on fire.
Oh, he is. And now the Wolves up ahead by a 7-point lead here. Wow.
I don't know what kind of serve that was, Bailey.
Yeah, I don't even know what that was. It was kind of serve.
I don't know.
Hassel, when we talk about how great he's been at serving tonight.
Yeah.
He's going to force the point over off an unnecessary play. Coming out, nice block there by the libero. Is able to move that one around. Abdelaziz is going to play the simple bump over the net there. Nicely done. Now got to go for the block. Julian Tran playing it from the back. Is able to move it up frontwards. Abdelaziz there. Nice play.
Hey, Bailey. He's on fire, and he's making the Huskies do s'mores right now. So much he's on fire. Leading with 7 points here, Bailey. We're going to have a couple subs for George Brown. But, Bailey, we're feeling we're 8 points away.
You can tell George Brown, coach, isn't too happy here with the decision made by the official. I'm not entirely sure what there you go. There you go.
He got a red card, Bailey.
Good
I'm not
call.
really. He kicked the ball? Is that what happened?
I'm not entirely sure what happened there. There was a little mixed match, and it's kind of one thing I wish we had a replay for, but just a lot of havoc going on the court, and Naylor flashed a red, but not entirely sure why.
I don't know what happened there, Bailey, but he got the card. I don't know what's happening right now.
The head coach, no, the head coach is still there, but
yeah, I don't think it's like soccer. I don't think he's ejected. I think that's a warning, maybe. I think he kicked the ball or threw the ball or something like that. But I think we got a point, Bailey, off of that.
and he's going to send that one right into the netting. The point's going to be awarded here to the Huskies, now only trailing out by 7 here, with the Wolves looking to close this game off.
And we just got informed with the instant replay that the head coach for the George Brown Huskies did throw the ball when it came to him out in the direction of the official, so he got a red card for that. I'm assuming, Bailey, he's obviously still in the game, so obviously you need multiple red cards to be ejected. different rules, different sports. We got the point here, Bailey, and now we have big man Carl up to the line for the serve.
Big man Carl. Carl Malone. Coming out, look to see what he's going to do with this one. Now play from the back, moving over to the front for the nice setup there. And oh, there, big man Carl's able to play that ball nicely. Now looking to move it over to the front there. Julian Tran's going to go off the simple tip of the ball. Hard time controlling the ball there, and it's going to go into the Algonquin Students Association sign. And way out of play there with the Huskies looking to make a comeback, but now still trailing by 7 here.
And now we hear the noise, Bailey. Sounds like an earthquake in this arena. Let's see if it does something for this George Brown's Husky serve.
Played up high, and he's diving for it. Lincoln was going to go dive down, grab the ball there for the solid dig, but no, not able to win it back in their favor here, and the point's going to be awarded to George Brown Huskies. Coming out for the serve here is going to be played frontward, going for the tip. Yeah! Nunes Cruz securing the 20-point mark here for the Wolves. Now up 7 points.
Bailey, this fourth set has been everything and anything Wolves. It's all been in Wolves territory. The Huskies have nothing against the Wolves in the fourth set.
That's right.
Let's see if Ryan Lincoln can set this off and set this game on ice here.
Wolves looking for their second win here of the regular season, their last, coming off a game against La Cité at home, and it's going to be awarded to the Huskies here after a recent redirection out of play there by the Wolves off the block attempt. Now trailing by 6. In no world can I see the Huskies coming back and trying to complete the comeback here. They could try. Will they? I don't think they will. And into the netting there. Recent serving error. The Wolves are going to come out on top with the 21 points here. Abdelaziz is going to have a little bit of talk with the referee here. I'm not entirely sure if he's going to flash him the yellow.
Yeah, I think he got the yellow because I think he threw the ball, him too. That player for Algonquin threw the ball away, and I feel like that's why he got the card. The ref has been really card heavy the last 2 minutes here, giving a card to both teams. And different color though, but I think for the same exact reason, just one was turned official, the other one, Bailey, I'm assuming he's just because he threw the ball. I'm not 100% sure, but 21-14 Bailey, we got Julian up to serve.
Now trying to make a decent set out of it there. No chance but to bump it over. And they're going to set it up there nicely. Done by Nunes Cruz to come up through the middle and play that ball, but it's going to be one back there. Ryan Lincoln is able to get that ball over the other way. Got to sneeze. And while I was taking my sneeze, George Brown came through with the point.
Bailey, I hope you get okay. We can have you back soon. Serve for the George Brown, he misses.
They're going to come through with that one here. 22 points.
Bailey, we're a bit loud here. We got the audio guy. Give me the sign, say no, too loud.
You gotta tone it down.
But he's got to set the energy. The energy's there, but we'll do our best to keep our composure here, Bailey.
I think I've ultimately accepted the Wolves win at this point, but coming through, there's still volleyball left to be played, and that's going to go, there we go there. Nice block by Abdelaziz out in front. That's going to be on the line here. And now you're pulling through in a game where you pretty much well secured, unless, you know.
There's mistakes, stuff could happen. Stuff could happen.
Crap hits the fan at this point.
Exactly.
I mean, the Wolves are still 2 points out away from winning this game, but if they're able to pull through in 2 consecutive from now, they'll win by at least a 10-point scoring margin here. Wow, they've just come out, utterly dominated them. But no, coming through there. George Brown is going to secure the point off that recent kill. Nicely done, beautifully executed. But now Ben Pusius is going to come out onto the court, and Nunes Cruz is going to come off, who's been a big X-factor player with 10 kills and 1 dig on the night. This is by far the best volleyball I think I've ever seen the Wolves play here.
Especially this year, exactly, Bailey. You're speaking that right. Oh, Ryan!
Hey, buddy!
We're down 1. Bailey, serve here to win it. Let's see if the Wolves can do it. We got timeout by the Huskies. They need it. They're down. They need a timeout. Bailey, do we got this serve? Do we have this in the bag?
Next play, serving ace. Give it. All on the money line here. Wolves coming through.
They got to drop it here, Bailey. We're down. Sorry, we're down. Sorry, I mistake the team. We're up, and we need 1 point to win here. Let's see, Bailey, if we have it. Now we'll go to commercial. We'll be back with you shortly after this 30-second break. And we're back. Bailey, we have the fans making some noise.
Got the hand claps going. Victor's getting the entire crowd going up in
And
here.
that's a win!
Yeah! Serving ace, money line, baby.
Let's
If
go!
I bet $1,000 on that, I come out $10,000 richer. The Wolves pull through in a massive victory here in 4 sets against the George Brown Huskies. Seth, what's been your in-depth analysis on today's game?
Bailey, that was a game. And Bailey, to be honest with you, I am surprised of the outcome. Not gonna lie to you. Before the game started, we were talking about how they're 1-6. George Brown being 4-3. But Bailey, they surprised me, and obviously they're a better team than what they should be. Shows that they have to play their game, and they played their game today, winning the first 2 sets, putting them up in front, in the lead, losing the 3rd set, still coming out. Not playing that well before set. Bailey, they ran away with it. They're like Usain Bolt running his world record sprint in the Olympics, winning the gold medal. And Bailey,
9.43.
they're coming out with 2 wins and 6 losses right now. Bailey, they're going to play Fleming tomorrow. And nothing against Fleming, but Fleming is 0-6 right now. Nothing against them. Like, look, Algonquin's 1-6 winning this game. But Bailey, if they can come out and win with tomorrow, finish this weekend 3-6, that'd be nice. And then they come back here and play Loyalis in next week. And Bailey, that'd be a nice game too if they could secure the win there, go into the break, Christmas break being 4-6. That'd be super nice. Bailey, that was a great game. I don't know about you. What else you have to say? What key players, key moments of the game won this game for the Wolves?
Abdelaziz, Nunez, Cruz, and Julian Trent have been nothing but great for the Wolves tonight. You know, I'll break it down in simple terms here. Points and bunches really hurt the Wolves there in that 3rd set, which gave them a little bit of a challenge to make the comeback. Unable to in the 3rd set, we're able to come out and utterly dominate the Huskies here. Play great offense, play great defense. We're able to secure a ton of blocks there throughout the game, especially in those first 2 sets of the game, and that was crucial in winning those first 2 sets and giving the Wolves a massive, massive momentum underneath their belt.
Exactly.
What's going on?
Now we got a camera on us, but yeah, Bailey, exactly what you said. I have nothing else to say. We got the W.
It's been great.
Great game calling with you. I know we had the women's game, and now we have the game today. But Bailey, appreciate you having me with you today.
We want to thank you guys at home for tuning in for today's utterly dominant defeat over the Huskies here. The Wolves are going to go up 2-6 here for the regular season standings and record. We want to thank you guys for tuning in. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Bailey Bevan, followed by your I'm your play-by-play commentator, Bailey Bevan, followed by your color commentator,
Seth Foyer.
And we want to thank you guys for tuning in. Take care. Have yourselves a great night.